At the beginning of the story, we see a storm rising from the sea. But today, it was not raining water. Instead, it was raining plastic and other garbage. At this moment, in a car passing by on the road, we see Barbara and her daughter. Seeing this strange sight, Barbara called her ex-husband. As soon as Buckley answered the phone, he told them to return quickly. But halfway there, they got stuck in traffic. Barbara told her daughter to run inside the building that was very close by. Standing outside, Buck saw that an anchor was about to fall on his daughter. He immediately ran and saved her. After a while, Barbara also arrived, and the whole family reunited. The authorities had no way to stop this strange situation. Everyone was simply watching the sky filled with plastic. Among the garbage that had come out of the sea, even the Titanic was there, which after 114 years had finally reached New York. All these strange events began when some fishermen had gone into the sea to catch fish. But as soon as they cast their net, along with the fish, a sea creature also got caught among them. After this, we see Buckley, who received news about oil leaking into the sea. He had to work with the British Army to clean it up. On his way to the mission, he passed through London so that he could safely drop his daughter Kirby to her mother. After saying goodbye to his daughter and ex-wife, he went to the airport with Sergeant Hannah and then boarded a military plane. Soon he reached a secret location where the dead body of that sea creature had been kept. There, it was discovered that this creature had been found about 3 miles away from the shore. When the fishermen saw the monster coming out of the net, they shot it and tried to sell its body on the internet. But the colonel took action at the right time. He covered up the case and bought the body so that the army could research it. Pierce said that such sea creatures were mentioned in old stories. Their species was called Homo Aqua. When the scientists examined the body, they found a pearl under the creature's throat, exactly like the one found in a previously discovered specimen. To communicate with these beings living under the sea, the army set up camps in the mountains and sent signals through a machine. After dark, when the others were sleeping, Morgan and Sarah were assigned to guard the body of the Homo Aqua. Around 2:30 at night, both of them felt that something was wrong. Suddenly, water began filling the ground, and as Sarah moved forward, she started sinking. Morgan tried to save her and reached out his hand, but something pulled Sarah down forcefully. Within seconds, Morgan also went down the same way. Before going under, he called for help, but the other soldiers did not arrive in time. Along with that, the body had also been stolen. At that moment, the alarm rang, and all the soldiers woke up and rushed to see what had happened. When the general reached the tent, Morgan and Sarah were nowhere to be found. When he tried to contact them on the radio, it was discovered that the radio was underground. After the monsters left, the ground became solid again. When Pierce bent down to check, he found Morgan's hand. At that moment, Barclay realized that he had been sent on a very dangerous mission. He asked what kind of creature this was. Hannah explained that this was exactly what their team did. They tried to communicate with unknown beings. But this Homo Aqua was not an alien. They had been living on Earth even before humans and had been under the sea for thousands of years. But now they had awakened again and wanted to take back the planet. That night, the army saw a Homo Aqua approaching the shore. The general ordered his soldiers to lower their guns because he wanted to talk. With the help of a translation device, Pierce spoke to the creature and invited it for a meeting. The creature was very angry because one of its people had been killed by fishermen. To this, Pierce said that he had also lost 2 soldiers. After this, both sides made a peace agreement so that they would stop killing each other. Even after the agreement, the fishman said that their people were tired of living in hiding. At that very moment, people in every country of the world saw Homo Aqua appearing openly for the first time. They said that they had been here before humans. This world also belonged to them. The first official meeting between the 2 species was held in London. For this meeting, a bridge called Waterway was built, which connected land and water. When everyone reached their positions, Kate ordered the engineers to activate the waterway. Along with the Homo Aqua, 3 other large and strange beings arrived. A large fish, a mermaid, and a woman who looked like a human. In a short time, Salt learned the human language and began to understand what the ambassador was saying. At the beginning of the meeting, Salt explained why she had come personally. Some time ago, her children were about to be born, but oil spilled from a human ship had made that place poisonous. To keep the meeting calm, Jonathan said that they wanted to correct their mistake, but Salt ignored him. She said she would only speak to Burke because he was the only human who had shown respect for the dead. Homo Aqua. To find out why the Homo Aqua wanted Berkeley as their ambassador, Kate interrogated him and examined every story of his life. The attempt to make Jonathan the ambassador between the two species failed because Salt wanted to speak only to Burke. Therefore, the president of their unit told Burke that she would prepare him for this opportunity. When Burke reached the hotel where he was going to stay for a few days, he saw that there was very tight security. In his room, his daughter and ex-wife were already there. When Barbara found out that Burke had been chosen to negotiate with Homo Aqua, she was shocked. Meanwhile, Kate was thinking about what they would do if war broke out. Then, at the decided time, Burke went to meet the Homo Aqua. After the initial conversation, Salt asked the committee members for a glass of water from the River Thames. The agents immediately got up to bring the water. As soon as the glass of water entered the room, Burke tried to give it to Salt, but Salt said that the water was for him. Hearing this, Burke was shaken. He did not understand what to do. Instead of drinking the water, he began delivering a speech that was written on the screen. But when Salt said that she did not want this memorized speech, the ambassador left the script and said that the pollution of water and soil was the result of human foolishness. Accepting the mistakes of his people, Burke said that humans had ruined the earth but now wanted to repair the damage. Hearing this, Salt said that she liked him. That night in the hotel room, Burke saw his daughter coming in and realized that she could not sleep. The truth was that she was worried about her father. When Buckley noticed that his daughter did not seem well, he said that he would send her back home the next day so that she would not remain stuck in the hotel. Hearing this, Kirby said that she wanted to stay with her father. The next morning, during their third meeting, Burke explained that the leaders of all the countries in the world had spoken to climate scientists and private companies, and they were trying to make a plan to improve the polluted condition of the sea. According to the numbers and data, it was concluded that by the year 2065, they could reduce pollution by 50%. But when Salt learned that it would take 40 years just to reduce pollution by 50%, she completely rejected the proposal. She said that every day their people were dying because of human negligence. Salt said that their people could no longer see and hear properly. They were suffering because humans were causing too much pollution. At this, Burke felt that she was absolutely right. He had no option except to apologize. Then he said that if both species worked together on this mission, it might happen sooner. To this, Salt replied that if they started helping, it would happen very quickly. Suddenly, a storm began, and at the same time, many countries saw changes in the sea. All the garbage that humans had thrown into the sea that day came back onto the land. Plastic and a lot of dirty material began falling from the sky. And now the story had reached the same point where it had begun. Even after so much damage had been done to countries around the world, Berkeley continued negotiations with the people of the sea because humans knew that they could not win such a war. The good thing was that Salt was still ready to talk. But she said that she would only find peace if humans agreed to 3 conditions. The first condition was that no kind of pollution should enter the sea and humans should stop operating their ships. The second condition was that direct borders should be created between land and sea so that humans would not enter the sea. Because humans were made to live on land, they should not go into the sea or even into the sky near it. Hearing this, the committee members became furious because this would cut off people living on all the continents from one another. When Salt saw that the humans in the room were becoming angrier, she changed her voice and took the form of a man to control them. As soon as the people Salt returned to her original form and went back to her seat, then she began explaining the third condition, which was necessary for peace between humans and the sea people. For this, she gave some coordinates in the ocean and said that the next meeting would take place there. It was not only about going far into the sea, but Burke would also have to dive 5 miles down in order to meet the Homo Aqua in their home. Now the next challenge was that going to such a depth was extremely difficult because 5 miles underwater the pressure is very high. Until today, no submarine has ever been built that can dive 5 miles deep. Anyway, along with General Pierce and his team, Burke boarded the vessel. The hatch was completely sealed with bolts. After launch, it took almost 2.5 hours for the submarine to reach the meeting point. During the journey, the 6 passengers started talking among themselves about what they would do once they got home if they survived. When Burke saw that a man named Tad was extremely scared, he tried to calm him down. While encouraging his companions, Burke somehow tried to steady himself as well. A few minutes later, their submarine stopped. Pierce tried to contact his team to inform them that they had reached the bottom, but there was no response. After some time, the team felt that the submarine was moving very fast, but no one understood what was happening because their contact with the surface had completely been cut off. While checking the external pressure, Min realized that the pressure here was exactly like that on land, which was completely impossible because technically they were 5 miles underwater. Suddenly, the submarine shook and all the lights went out. After that, everyone put on oxygen masks. When the hatch opened, they were shocked because no water entered the submarine, so they decided to step outside. After going out, they saw that they were inside a cave. The temperature there was 21 degrees Celsius, and the air contained plenty of oxygen. When the team was astonished by this place, Salt appeared in front of them. She told them that they were the first humans to reach such a depth. This environment had been specially prepared for them, so they could remove their oxygen masks. Salt took them to the meeting room, where members of her species had gathered to decide the future of land and sea. That night, Kate received a call from one of her team members. She learned that coded conversations had taken place among diplomats from several countries. While she was still on the phone, a sniper attacked Kate, but her boyfriend saved her and sacrificed his own life. At that same moment, Tad, who was the only diplomat who had not removed his oxygen mask, presented a gift to Salt. When Burke realized that the globe was actually just a cover and that something else was inside, he immediately lunged forward to take it away from Salt. But the bomb exploded, and in the blast, several sea people were killed, along with all the members of Burke's team. Only Burke survived because Salt had saved him. While sending a squad on a mission to the gate, Shirley received the news of the diplomats' deaths and immediately informed the media. After the news spread, the world was shown a video in which it appeared that Salt had deliberately killed Burke and his team, and that any human who entered the sea would face the same fate. But the truth was that the video was fake. The government had done this to increase hatred between the two species. Swimming rapidly toward the surface, Salt saw that a helicopter had been sent to rescue Burke. As soon as Burke reached land, he stated that the cause of the blast was Tad. Kate believed Burke, but said that she would have to question Salt. For the time being, Salt was taken into custody. Now Kate quickly began investigating who had paid that man. The man had stage 4 cancer and was willing to do anything to complete the mission. Because of Salt's sharp intelligence, her species was not blamed, but she was locked inside a steel container. When Burke learned that his friend would be locked in a lab and experimented on, he took action. Taking the truck keys, he reversed the vehicle and pushed the container into the river. As soon as Salt was freed, Burke himself jumped into the water, and Salt saved him that night. Homo Aqua called a new meeting at the Imperial House. This time, instead of Salt, a seaman named Tide arrived. He asked how humans had become so insane that they had killed their own people in the explosion. When Kate apologized, Tide asked where Salt was. He said that for them, she was a traitor. Instead of her own people, she had saved a human. When he learned that Salt had escaped with Burke's help and was now missing, Tide ordered that she be found and brought back. If that did not happen, the real war would begin. While the entire city was searching for them, Salt and Burke were hiding in an anonymous warehouse. Salt was celebrating her freedom. While talking to Burke, she asked why he had risked his life. Suddenly, the two of them kissed. The truth was that they had fallen in love with each other. But Burke was still worried about Salt. He said that she should return to the sea. However, Salt knew that if she went back, her own people would call her a traitor and kill her. After hearing all this, Burke concluded that they would have to leave the city. He took the help of his partner and stole a young boy's mobile phone so that he could talk to Barbara, his ex-wife, because perhaps she was the only one who could help them. But instead of helping Burke, Barbara shared the call with government agents and called them to a location so that Burke could be captured. When Burke saw that Barbara was packing the car, he ran toward the bridge with Salt, where they were surrounded. At that moment, a member of Kate's team revealed that the video showing Salt starting a war against humans was fake. Hearing this, Kate ordered her soldiers to stand down. But General Gunsberg insisted that the woman be stopped. When Kate realized that the general might even kill Salt if necessary, she ordered her team to quickly change their target and aim their guns at the British soldiers. Just as the two forces were about to clash, Salt let out a very loud scream and then jumped into the river. The Homo Aqua produced a sound that brought all the dogs from the cities near the sea to the shore, and then they captured them using fishing nets. The next day, when asked about the animals, Tide said that they had eaten them, just as humans eat fish from the sea. After examining satellite images, scientists discovered that Homo Aqua were actually melting the glaciers. If nothing changed, Antarctica would lose 300 billion tons of ice every year. If that happened, in a short time the sea level would rise by 1,600 feet and almost all humans would drown. Now Jonathan began talking to Tide about a way to save humanity. The seaman said that humans had only 5 years to completely repair the planet. If the damage was not fixed within that time, the entire human species would be wiped out. Humans were simply not worthy of living on this planet. Meanwhile, the authorities were deciding what to do with Burke, and he was kept under surveillance inside a hotel room. One day, after suddenly eating food, Burke fainted and scientists entered his room. While he was unconscious, they injected something into his body and took his fingerprints so that later he could be framed under false charges. As soon as the scientists left, Burke regained consciousness and secretly went toward the shore, hoping that he might find Salt after sunrise. The fishwoman appeared, and Burke ran toward her. He was happy to know that she was alive. Instead of running away with him, Salt told him to demand a new agreement with Tide. Otherwise, her people would destroy the entire human race. After saying this, Salt prepared to leave. Before going, she kissed Burke and returned to the sea. Buckley immediately went to Kate and her team so that a message could be sent to Tide. But unfortunately, no reply came. A few days later, millions of Homo Aqua corpses were found along coasts around the world. Tests revealed that they had been infected by a disease that caused their gills to shut down, and they drowned. The surprising thing was that only Homo Aqua were affected. All other sea creatures were completely fine. Hearing this, Kate concluded that perhaps it was a virus created by humans, and she regretted not realizing it earlier. That day, Kate's team received a signal for help from the depths of the sea, and Burke was called once again for a meeting. As soon as he learned that Salt was coming to speak with him, he cried with happiness and could barely stop himself from embracing her. The end of the war was announced. Salt revealed that only 10% of their population remained. She said that whoever had carried out this cowardly attack would be punished by the water itself. To rebuild relations between the two species, Kate used her intelligence and chose a special place. She told them that they could live there. It was the deepest ocean in the world. There was no human pollution there and nothing else harmful. Before leaving, Salt showed the tragic end of her friend. She explained that her people were ending the war because those who remained were deeply frightened by human cruelty. They could not compete with humans because cunning like that of humans was not in their nature. Then, as soon as the Homo Aqua left, cracks began to appear in the glass panels of the Great Hall that kept the water out. Everyone panicked and tried to escape. Burke remained calm and waited for his end, but Henna saved him. That day, Kate received the results of Burke's medical tests and discovered that his DNA had changed. His genes had become like those of Homo Aqua. Upon learning this, Kate decided that he should be taken to the sea so that he could meet Salt again. After kissing Salt, Buckley suddenly developed gills, allowing him to breathe underwater. Now he had the chance to choose his destiny, and he decided that he would remain in the sea with Salt. If you liked the video, then press like, subscribe to the channel,